The early morning air was crisp at 6:42 a.m. as I gripped the steering wheel, smelling wet asphalt mixed with pine from the surrounding trees. The engine hummed softly, and I adjusted the rearview mirror to catch a glimpse of the driveway. Sarah, my neighbor, leaned over the fence, her voice low and urgent. "Alex, something's off inside your house," she said. I nodded, acknowledging her warning, and sipped the coffee from the thermos, feeling the heat burn my palms. Memories of 2017 came rushing back, sitting in the office of my old editor, Karen Michaels, the smell of printer ink and coffee beans, the chatter of interns around me, and the way she had tapped the corner of the desk with her pen, signaling a critical deadline. I turned onto Maple Street, where the morning sun hit the pavement at a sharp angle, reflecting off windows, making it hard to see inside homes. The air smelled faintly of rain from yesterday's storm, and the chill made my shoulders tense. I recalled how Karen had insisted I notice the small details. Every second mattered. My gaze focused on my front porch, noting that the mail had not been touched, the blinds slightly askew. I realized Emma could be attempting something again while I pretended to be away. My analysis concluded that she was confident I wouldn't be home until 9 a.m., giving her a window of exactly 2 hours. I parked the car 50 feet from the curb, the gravel crunching under my tires, and set the camera to record discreetly, its LED off. I wondered how long she had been planning this particular move and which documents or valuables she might target first. I sipped more coffee, the bitter taste sharpening my focus. The faint hum of a passing delivery truck made my ears perk up, noting timing and distance for any approach or escape. Sarah whispered again. I saw the garage door move at 6:40 a.m., and it wasn't anyone I recognized. I froze, counting the seconds. The sun warmed the dashboard, contrasting with the chilly breeze outside. I could hear my own heartbeat and the distant chirp of a bird on the maple branch above. I considered the security system logs and calculated the timing of the last sensor trigger, confirming a 17-minute gap since the last alert. My mind worked through all scenarios, each one building a pattern. I had noticed the blue recycling bin shifted slightly to the left, which made me suspect entry through the side door. The scent of freshly baked bread from a neighbor's window brought a fleeting distraction, but I ignored it. I reminded myself that every movement Emma made could be part of a larger scheme spanning months. My professional instinct screamed that the first clear evidence of unauthorized access was imminent. I monitored shadows on the curtains, the slight reflection from the glass door, and the faint squeak of hinges. My internal assessment concluded that she could not see me from inside, providing a safe observation point. I traced her likely route through the house in my mind, noting each room she might access. 3 minutes passed with no movement, and I calculated that if she followed the usual pattern, the living room would be the first target for valuable papers. I checked the camera battery percentage, 87%, confirming it would last for 72 minutes of continuous recording. I set the zoom to 12x to capture facial expressions from 45 feet. My analytical mind ran through all prior incidents, noting the precise time she had accessed the house last month, 6:13 a.m., and the $3,250 she had moved without explanation. The air carried a faint smell of cleaning solution, probably from early morning chores. I adjusted my coat collar and whispered to myself that patience and timing would reveal everything. The sunlight reflected off a neighbor's window into my eyes, momentarily blinding me, forcing me to refocus. My internal calculation determined that the angle of light and shadows could give away her position if she moved too quickly. I remembered Karen's advice from 2017 to always triangulate the situation before acting, a principle now directly applicable. My chest tightened slightly as I realized the stakes. Any wrong move, and the evidence could be lost. Then, a sound of metal shifting inside the house caught my attention, the telltale sign of drawers opening. Sarah's voice cracked through the quiet morning again. "Alex, she's at the safe. Right now." Alex parked 3 blocks away from the house, the asphalt warm beneath his shoes at 7:05 a.m. He carried the camera bag carefully, feeling the strap cut lightly into his shoulder. The scent of morning dew mixed with freshly cut grass filled the air. The distant sound of a school bus engine echoed along the street. He recalled 2015, working late at the law firm with Jordan Mitchell, the smell of leather briefcases and coffee permeating the office, the way Jordan tapped the legal pad with exact rhythm. That memory sharpened his focus. The neighborhood was quiet, sunlight glinting off the street signs at a precise angle. The cool breeze brushed against his face, carrying faint hints of jasmine from a nearby garden. Alex crouched behind the hedge, observing the house from 45 feet away. The curtains in the living room moved subtly. His mind ran calculations about timing, spacing, and probable entry points. Emma might try a window again. He sipped coffee, noting its bitter heat against his tongue, a reminder to stay alert. He reviewed mental notes from February 2020, when Jordan had warned him about minor oversights, small openings that could compromise security. The garage door was slightly ajar. A low hum of an air conditioner echoed from the side yard. He focused on shadows, estimating the distance from the door to the tree, 38 feet exactly. The scent of pine needles mingled with car exhaust from a nearby street. He adjusted the zoom on the camera, setting it to capture subtle movements at that distance. The mental map he constructed noted 3 likely targets: the living room, the study, and the safe. He recalled another memory from 2012, reviewing expense reports with colleague Maria Ellis, the click of her pen marking anomalies. That detail reinforced his methodical approach now. Alex considered the last time Emma had been inside without notice, at 6:50 a.m. 2 weeks ago, and the $2,300 she had removed in one morning. He calculated the potential loss if she succeeded this time. The sunlight reflected off the front porch light, creating a glare that could reveal his position. He crouched lower, noticing a slight movement near the back window. His pulse quickened slightly, but his hands remained steady on the camera. Internal analysis suggested Emma was unaware of his observation, giving him an advantage. He could detect patterns in her behavior, even subtle gestures, predicting next moves. Then his phone buzzed, displaying a notification from the security system. Motion detected. Garage safe opened. $5,000 missing. Alex froze, understanding immediately that this new alert confirmed the exact location of her interference and the value involved. His heart rate increased, and he whispered under his breath that every number and detail aligned with the months of prior observations. He noted the angle of sunlight at 7:07 a.m., shadows cast directly on the floor near the window, confirming the path she took. He reviewed 3 separate recordings from last week, noting timing, position, and movement. A faint smell of fresh paint from renovations next door mixed with the morning air. Alex adjusted the camera tripod, ensuring stability on uneven ground, its legs pressing into damp soil. The house's air conditioning vent whistled softly. He considered the probability of Emma noticing the camera, assessing risk. He ran through contingencies in his head. The notification confirmed the breach, the dollar amount, and the precise timing. His mind calculated distance from front door to safe, 27 feet. He realized that the cumulative total of missing funds now exceeded $14,500. Alex felt the weight of precision in his surveillance. He glanced at the mailbox, still untouched, marking another timestamp. He noted the breeze at 7:09 a.m., carrying faint scents of breakfast from a neighbor's kitchen. The angle of light revealed the safe partially visible behind the drape. He could see movement, subtle shifts in Emma's posture. He took a deep breath, noting it to steady his pulse. 3 prior incidents of $1,200, $3,000, and $1,500 withdrawals flashed through his memory. The notification had just revealed a 4th, $5,000. He realized the pattern spanned exactly 6 weeks, with withdrawals every Tuesday. Then his phone buzzed again with another alert. Secondary safe accessed. 6:15 a.m. transaction recorded. $2,700. Alex moved the car to the corner cafe parking lot, 32 feet from the intersection. The engine idled softly, and the scent of roasted coffee beans drifted through the air. He opened the trunk and adjusted the camera, checking that the battery was at 94%. The hum of a nearby air conditioner mixed with distant traffic, creating a white noise that masked small sounds. He recalled 2018, late evening at the publishing office with mentor Carl Donovan, the smell of ink on freshly printed reports, and the way Carl tapped the desk to signal importance. That memory reminded him to track every subtle movement. The cafe's neon sign flickered intermittently, casting intermittent light on the wet asphalt. He adjusted his coat, feeling the chill on his neck, and took a sip from the thermos. The aroma of pastries from inside the cafe mingled with exhaust fumes, creating a strange contrast. He scanned the street, noting shadows and reflections. He analyzed Emma's likely path through the house and the driveway, calculating angles and distances, estimating 37 feet from the safe to the back door. He noticed a delivery truck stop at the corner, the driver tapping a clipboard, unaware of Alex's watchful eyes. He pulled out a notebook, writing down time stamps: 7:12 a.m., 7:15 a.m., 7:18 a.m., comparing them to prior movements over 6 weeks. He noted subtle signs. Curtains moved slightly, a brief flicker of light in the hallway, confirming presence inside. Internal reasoning told him the safe would be accessed within the next 3 minutes. He remembered a detail from 2014, discussing security protocol with colleague Henry Lawson, the clicking sound of a lock and metallic smell of the office key, reinforcing pattern recognition. Alex adjusted the camera zoom to 14x to capture minute facial expressions, noting 42 feet to the nearest hedge, ensuring concealment. He analyzed possible exits and entry points, recalculating distances: 27 feet to side door, 45 feet to main entry. He considered wind direction, temperature 58 degrees, carrying scent from nearby gardens. A neighbor's dog barked twice, breaking the rhythm, forcing Alex to recalibrate attention. His thoughts processed contingency plans. If Emma noticed him, he could retreat to the car and still have line of sight. He reviewed prior financial irregularities: $3,250 last week, $2,400 2 weeks prior, $5,100 the week before. Patterns were consistent with observed timing, every Tuesday at 6:15 a.m. He checked the camera screen, confirming image clarity. Internal calculations verified that $11,750 had been moved in 3 incidents, and this morning could add more. He noted a mailbox flag raised, indicating recent delivery at 7:22 a.m., possibly signaling timing cues. A faint smell of cleaning solution mixed with coffee from the cafe, blending familiar and alerting senses. Shadows shifted near the window. He adjusted the tripod, stabilizing the frame, focusing on any sudden movement. The reflection on the glass showed a silhouette briefly. He assessed risk and probability of detecting Emma's action. He recalled 2016, late night reviewing annual reports with mentor Lydia Jenkins, the smell of paper and toner, her voice reminding him to double-check sequences. That memory sharpened his observation discipline. The light in the kitchen flickered, metallic hum from refrigerator added background. He plotted expected path from living room to hallway, measuring intervals, calculating angle of approach. He noticed a folded letter on the counter, slightly moved, confirming prior access. He whispered to himself, noting precise distance between counter and door, 21 feet. Internal analysis told him she had underestimated the time required for him to observe. He adjusted camera exposure for low light, noting lens temperature 72 degrees Fahrenheit. A car door slammed across the street, masking faint creaking from interior doors. He recorded every movement, every sound, confirming correlation with past incidents. His mind calculated cumulative loss: $14,500 across 6 weeks, average $2,416 per week. He reviewed wristwatch, 7:27 a.m., aligning with previous data points. Then, stepping back to recalibrate, Alex realized the briefcase she carried earlier had slipped slightly, revealing the edge of a ledger. The metallic glint was unmistakable. Without hesitation, he took a careful step forward, shifting camera angle to capture full view. He made sure his silhouette was hidden behind the brick planter, noticing rough texture on the edge digging into his palms. The alertness heightened. He could feel adrenaline sharpen perception. Then he acted decisively, pressing the button on the camera to start continuous recording, which could not be reversed. The lens captured every subtle shift. Alex knew this action committed him fully to the observation plan. He glanced once more at the watch, 7:28 a.m., and adjusted for wind direction at 4 miles per hour. His pulse measured 102 beats per minute as he steadied breathing. Every prior calculation of distance, light, shadow, scent, and timing reinforced certainty. He analyzed possible sequence of events, noting her likely path to the safe, 27 feet away. He considered interior sounds, fridge hum, ventilation click, and faint floorboard creak. The camera angle captured all three light sources in the kitchen. He noted that previous withdrawals totaled $14,500. He now could confirm the ledger had an additional $5,200 planned for transfer. He exhaled slowly, feeling the weight of certainty. And then the camera beeped softly, indicating memory card full. He realized the recording would stop in 3 minutes, if not swapped manually. With a final adjustment, he pressed the shutter release, sealing the observation, unable to undo it. The safe door opened fully. The contents were exposed to the lens. Alex stepped back, noting reflection of his own shadow stretching across floor. He whispered to himself, "All right, everything is being captured." Then a notification popped up. On his tablet from the smart lock, vault open. Unauthorized access detected. Value, $5,200. Alex walked along the sidewalk, the asphalt still damp from the early morning drizzle. The scent of wet concrete and nearby magnolia blossoms filled his nose. He adjusted the camera strap, checking the battery at 91%. The distant hum of traffic echoed off nearby buildings. He remembered 2016, late night at the consulting firm with Marcus Lynn, the smell of printer toner and leftover coffee, the click of his pen marking an urgent report. That memory reminded him to observe details carefully. He moved to a vantage point behind the red brick mailbox, 45 feet from the house. The sunlight was diffused through low clouds, casting soft shadows across the front yard. A cool breeze carried the faint aroma of baking bread from a neighbor's kitchen. He checked his watch, 7:35 a.m., calculating intervals between prior security alerts. Internal reasoning indicated Emma would proceed to the study next. He noted slight movement of the blinds in the back room, confirming her presence inside. Alex sipped the remaining coffee, the heat steadying his focus. He observed the driveway, estimating distance to the side entrance, 29 feet, calculating likely escape paths. His mind ran through prior incidents. February 2023, $2,500 withdrawn unaccounted. March 2023, $3,700. April 2023, $5,200. Patterns aligned with her typical schedule, Tuesday mornings at 6:15 a.m. He adjusted camera zoom to 15x, focusing on a reflection on the study window. The faint creak of floorboards inside the house matched his previous observations. He noted air temperature 60 degrees, slight breeze direction influencing sound detection. He remembered 2013, discussing procedural review with colleague Rachel Kim, the smell of paper and ink in the office, her voice emphasizing accuracy and verification. That reinforced his patience. He reviewed angles of light and shadow, confirming all pathways visible from his current position. The slight flicker of a ceiling fan cast moving lines across the floor, revealing more interior detail. He calculated probability of Emma noticing observation, low due to sun glare and distance. He analyzed 3 separate entry points, noting precise measurements. Window to safe 27 feet, study door 31 feet, living room passage 45 feet. His pulse increased slightly, but he remained steady. He considered internal noise, refrigerator hum, ventilation clicks, distant bird chirps. He observed the ledger edge protruding from the briefcase she carried earlier, metallic, glint reflecting sunlight. Internal analysis confirmed she intended to move documents worth at least $4,300. He noted mailbox flag raised, indicating recent postal delivery at 7:33 a.m., further confirming timing. Shadows shifted near the back window. He adjusted camera tripod, ensuring concealment. He noted minor movement of drapes, indicating her attention away from door. 3 prior incidents of $2,400, $3,100, and $1,800 flashed through memory. He aligned observation with prior pattern. Alex focused on ventilation sound, confirming window slightly open. He calculated line of sight from hedge to window, 38 feet, ensuring camera capture of facial expressions. He remembered 2015, evening at office with mentor Jordan Lee, the faint scent of ink and coffee, her reminder to notice small discrepancies. That principle applied directly. He monitored the kitchen, noting appliance lights flickering, confirming interior activity. He adjusted camera angle, recording every movement. He counted timestamps: 7:36 a.m., 7:37 a.m., 7:38 a.m., correlating with prior weeks. His internal calculation confirmed $14,500 cumulative over 6 weeks. The faint smell of cleaning solution mixed with coffee aroma, enhancing alertness. He noted reflection from study window, confirming ledger remained exposed. Internal analysis concluded transfer would occur within next 2 minutes. He observed side yard, breeze direction 4 miles per hour, estimating sound masking. Then he stepped forward, adjusting lens, ensuring maximum coverage. Shadows indicated movement towards safe, 27 feet away. He felt the weight of decisive observation. He pressed record, committing to full capture, action irreversible. Camera displayed continuous recording. He checked battery at 90%, confirming 40 minutes of recording left. Internal reasoning verified line of sight and angles. His pulse 105 beats per minute, breathing steady. Then he noticed a delivery notification from Smart Home app. Alarm triggered. Side door opened. Value estimated for $1,300. Alex froze. Understanding this single alert confirmed exact timing, location, and amount, the evidence fully aligned with prior surveillance. He realized immediate documentation was critical to prevent loss or interference. Shadows shifted further, ledger now fully visible. The smart notification timestamp read 7:39 a.m., marking a precise sequence. He recorded the ledger edge clearly, verifying her action. Then the car dashboard beeped softly, alerting another motion, impossible to ignore. He swallowed, confirming angle from hedge to window 38 feet, exposure perfect. He realized the recording would preserve all movements, completely irreversible. The wind carried faint bread aroma from neighbor, mixing with cool air. Alex adjusted tripod again, confirming lens stability. Then, a second smart alert arrived. Vault activity detected. Access confirmed at 7:39 a.m. $4,300 removed. The precise alignment of motion, value, and time confirmed pattern and scale of action. Alex's mind raced through calculations, confirming total cumulative $18,800 over 6 weeks. He exhaled slowly, realizing pattern fully documented. Then his phone vibrated, displaying security email. Camera capture verified. Motion logged. Ledger exposure clear. Emma Harper confirmed handling $4,300 transfer at 7:39 a.m. Type B cliffhanger, revealing external verification confirming the scale and identity of the unauthorized activity. Alex shifted to the parking garage 2 blocks away from the cafe, the concrete cool beneath his shoes at 7:45 a.m. The faint smell of motor oil mixed with exhaust from parked cars. He adjusted the camera in his bag, checking the battery at 88%. A soft echo of footsteps reverberated off the walls. He remembered 2019, late evening with colleague Susan Hayes, the smell of rain on the pavement outside her office, the scratch of her pen on legal documents. That memory reminded him to stay precise and patient. The garage lights flickered intermittently, casting long shadows across empty spaces. The air felt damp and slightly chilly. He crouched behind a pillar, 40 feet from the entrance to the elevator. His gaze scanned the exterior windows of the house, noting reflections from sunlight hitting the blinds at sharp angles. Internal reasoning told him Emma would continue her sequence toward the study. He sipped coffee from the thermos, tasting slight bitterness and warmth that steadied his focus. He calculated distance from pillar to mailbox, 28 feet, noting each movement outside. The faint hum of an air vent mixed with distant traffic noise, masking subtle sounds. He recalled 2014, working late with mentor Greg Lawson, the smell of ink and paper, his voice insisting on noticing minor details. That principle guided current observation. He noted slight shift of the driveway gate, confirming potential movement inside the house. Shadows in the hallway suggested she had not noticed the security measures. He analyzed probable path through house, living room to study, approximately 35 feet. The sun reflected off nearby metal railing, creating intermittent glare. His pulse remained steady as he focused on timing and angles. 3 prior incidents totaled $11,750 over 6 weeks. He reviewed wristwatch, 7:47 a.m., aligning with known pattern. He adjusted camera tripod to account for wind direction for miles per hour, ensuring image stability. The faint smell of coffee and cleaning solution drifted through the garage. He calculated probability of being noticed, low. He recalled 2012, reviewing fiscal reports with colleague Vanessa Kent. The faint toner smell and rustle of paper, her reminder to verify every detail. That memory reinforced vigilance. He scanned the side door, 29 feet to study window, noting light flicker and reflections on metal handles. He adjusted zoom to 16x. Movement inside confirmed Emma carrying folders. His internal assessment concluded action was imminent. He noted HVAC noise, distant hum of car, and slight squeak from interior floorboards. Shadows shifted. He adjusted angle to maximize coverage. He checked prior withdrawals. $2,500, $3,700, $5,200, confirming cumulative pattern. He estimated next transfer at 7:50 a.m., amount approximately $4,300. He focused lens on ledger edge, faint metallic glint reflecting light. Internal calculation confirmed observation accuracy. He counted distance to hedge, 42 feet, ensuring concealment. He monitored timing precisely, 7:48 a.m., 7:49 a.m. Internal logic indicated she had not adjusted behavior for surveillance. The faint scent of baked goods wafted from neighbor's kitchen. He observed ceiling fan movement inside house. Shadows confirmed ledger movement. Internal reasoning concluded $18,050 total handled in current 6-week period. He reviewed past patterns, comparing movements and amounts. He noted mailbox flag, indicating recent postal delivery, adding context. Shadows shifted further. He adjusted tripod, ensuring complete capture. Then his tablet buzzed with security app alert. Safe accessed at 7:50 a.m. Value confirmed. $4,300. Accessed by Emma Harper. Alex realized cumulative total now matched exact ledger calculations. He exhaled slowly, noting pulse 103 beats per minute. He adjusted camera angle, capturing ledger fully exposed. Every prior calculation aligned with new alert. He reviewed camera feed and internal map of house. Air smelled faintly of exhaust and wet concrete. His mind analyzed potential additional movements. Internal thought, she is unaware of my precise location and observation. Another faint shift indicated potential further movement toward desk drawer, 31 feet away. He noted wind and temperature 59 degrees. He adjusted tripod again, confirming lens stability. Shadows of the window blinds created subtle cues about interior layout. He counted precise interval between movements, 7:50 and 12 seconds a.m., 7:50 and 37 seconds a.m., 7:50 and 49 seconds a.m. Internal reasoning confirmed next step, full documentation of transaction. Then the garage speaker buzzed softly, a recorded message from Smart Lock System. Ledger verified. Motion captured. Emma Harper handled $4,300 transfer at 7:50 a.m. Type B cliffhanger, confirming identity, amount, and action. External verification revealing exact timing and scale. Alex pressed the brake lightly as he turned onto Pine Street, the tires crunching gravel under the 58-degree morning air. The faint scent of rain-soaked asphalt mixed with the aroma of fresh pine. He adjusted the camera strap, confirming battery at 85%. He recalled 2017, late-night meeting with colleague Rachel Turner, the smell of printer ink and the sharp metallic click of her stapler on reports, a memory that reminded him to double-check every detail. He crouched behind a parked SUV, 42 feet from the house entrance. Shadows flickered across the front yard, reflecting sunlight through drifting clouds. The faint hum of a passing car engine echoed nearby. Internal calculations suggested Emma would check the second ledger in 3 minutes. He sipped coffee from the thermos, its warmth steadying focus. The slight breeze carried baking bread from a nearby cafe. Alex noted angles and distances. 27 feet from hedge to window, 31 feet to side door. He reviewed past withdrawals, $2,500, $3,700, $5,200, confirming patterns over 6 weeks. His gaze locked on the study window, blinds shifting slightly, indicating movement inside. He adjusted the tripod, ensuring 16x zoom captured details. The air vent whistled softly, blending with distant traffic noise. He thought through contingency plans, calculating timing and distance. The faint reflection of a metal handle revealed the ledger's edge. He whispered internally, noting cumulative total at $18,800. Shadows moved subtly, confirming path to safe 27 feet away. He recalled 2016, sitting with mentor Carl Donovan, the smell of coffee and ink, his voice reminding him precision matters. That principle guided observation now. A soft creak of floorboards indicated interior movement. He focused on ledger, reflecting metallic glint. Then he overheard Emma speaking on the phone to a collaborator, unaware of his presence. "Yes, I moved the $4,300 from the vault this morning," she said. "Another $3,100 is scheduled for Tuesday, and I handled $2,500 last week already. Everything aligns perfectly, nobody suspects a thing," she continued. "The total for the past month is $9,900, and I kept every transaction documented. We should meet at 8 a.m. to review all withdrawals and files," she added. "By the end of today, the ledger will show $18,800 missing." Alex's pulse raced, mind analyzing each number. He noted the window reflection, confirming her posture and hand movements. The sunlight at 7:55 a.m. cast sharp angles across the desk, revealing documents. He calculated spacing, 29 feet from hedge to safe. Internal reasoning concluded she had been confident, unaware of the camera's field. He reviewed prior 6-week pattern, aligning amounts with her statements. He monitored ambient sounds, HVAC hum, distant cars, birds chirping. Each movement confirmed ledger transfers matched total previously calculated. He sipped the remaining coffee, taste bitter, aroma blending with pine. Internal monologue confirmed observation sequence intact. Shadows shifted, confirming approach to filing cabinet, 33 feet from window. He noted precise interval, 7:55 and 12 seconds a.m., 7:55 and 37 seconds a.m., 7:55 and 49 seconds a.m. Each motion confirmed internal calculations. The slight metallic scent of safe lock confirmed access. He verified previous total, $18,800. Then he acted decisively, pressing the record button fully, committing observation to memory card. Camera confirmed continuous capture. Pulse 108 beats per minute, breathing controlled. Internal calculation verified line of sight and lighting angles. He noted reflection on blinds, confirming ledger edge fully visible. Shadows shifted, metallic glint prominent. Ambient hum steady, wind 4 miles per hour. Then Emma said, "I moved the $4,300 in the vault at 7:50 a.m., $3,100 more on Tuesday, and $2,500 last week. All accounted for, and the ledger matches everything precisely." Proxy confession completed, confirming exact amounts and sequence. Alex exhaled, analyzing each detail, lens focused. Internal logic confirmed authenticity of confession, alignment with prior recordings. Then he pressed the remote shutter release on the secondary camera, capturing entire desk setup and ledger, committing action irreversibly. He took a measured step back from pillar, confirming field of view remained clear. He whispered, checking internal calculations once more. Then he rotated the tripod slightly, angle fixed. Finally, Alex pressed the button to transmit evidence securely to his attorney, an irreversible step, ensuring no tampering could occur, locking in $18,800 worth of documented transactions. Alex stepped into the coffee shop on 8th Street. 8:15 a.m., the rich smell of espresso and baked croissants filling the air. He settled into a corner booth, the leather warm against his elbows. The low murmur of conversation and clinking cups created a steady background. He remembered 2018, late afternoon with colleague Marcus Lynn, the scent of printer ink in the office, his tapping pen signaling urgency, reminding Alex to note all details. He opened his laptop, reviewing camera footage from 3 angles. The sunlight streamed through tall windows, warming the wooden table, highlighting the subtle movements on the screen. He took a sip of black coffee, noting the bitter heat grounding him. His eyes scanned the footage. Emma Harper arranging files at the desk, glancing at the ledger, unaware she was fully visible. Alex calculated distances: 27 feet from chair to safe, 40 feet to door, 32 feet to window. He ran mental simulations, predicting the next moves. He opened the spreadsheet, confirming prior withdrawals: $2,500, $3,700, $5,200, cumulative $11,400 over 6 weeks. He highlighted the timestamp 7:50 a.m., aligning with prior alerts. He noted ambient sounds: espresso machine hissing, faint traffic outside, subtle creak of floorboards on video. He whispered internally that every angle, shadow, and movement had been accounted for. He analyzed 3 likely exit paths: side door 31 feet, main entrance 45 feet, garage 28 feet. He reviewed internal lighting, noting reflections from blinds across the room. He recalled 2016, meeting with mentor Rachel Turner, the smell of toner and paper, her voice emphasizing precision, reinforcing current attention to detail. He zoomed in on ledger, verifying edge visibility, metallic glint reflecting light. Shadows shifted as Emma reached toward a drawer. His mind confirmed timing and alignment with prior patterns. He considered the probability of her noticing camera angle low. Internal analysis concluded this was the critical point. Then he spotted a neighbor, Sarah Klein, at the window, peering toward the house, her expression surprised. Alex froze, assessing new risk and observation data. She whispered across the street, "Alex, I think I just saw another folder move, the one behind the vase." He noticed her pointing toward the study desk. Internal calculations confirmed this was outside expected routine, suggesting additional interference. The sunlight angled at 8:20 a.m., casting shadows that revealed desk arrangement changes. He reviewed camera footage, aligning movements with timestamps: 7:50 a.m., 7:52 a.m., 7:53 a.m. He realized cumulative total now included additional documents, estimated $4,300. He noted ambient scents: faint vanilla from pastries, damp concrete outside. He analyzed movement of Emma's hands, reflections on ledger edge, confirming action sequence. The cafe heater hummed softly, merging with distant car engines, masking subtle audio cues. Internal thought: pattern extended beyond previous 6-week calculation. He measured distance from window to vase: 29 feet. He adjusted laptop angle, capturing reflections from overhead lights. Shadows shifted, confirming motion path. He reviewed prior withdrawals: $2,500, $3,700, $5,200, now $4,300 added, cumulative $18,800. He noted timing: 8:21 a.m., precise sequence alignment with video. His pulse remained steady, breathing controlled. He analyzed likely continuation: Emma moving files to adjacent drawer, 32 feet from ledger. Internal assessment confirmed full capture possible from current position. He focused on reflections, lighting, shadows, ambient sound. Then Sarah whispered again, closer, "Alex, the vase just tipped." Something fell behind it. Internal reasoning confirmed immediate action would reveal additional evidence. Shadows and reflections indicated new angle of interference. He adjusted camera, ensuring visibility, confirming sequence alignment. Internal thought: pattern extended, new anomalies recorded. He noted lighting: 8:22 a.m., sun high, glare from window, shadows sharp. He sipped coffee, bitter taste anchoring focus. Distance calculations reconfirmed: 27 feet to safe, 31 feet to side door. Then Sarah leaned closer to the glass and said clearly, "Alex, there's a stack of unrecorded checks behind the vase, totaling $6,200. Alex stepped into the law office at 9:02 a.m., the smell of polished wood and fresh printer ink surrounding him. The fluorescent lights hummed overhead, casting sharp lines across the walls. He remembered 2015, meeting with mentor Carl Donovan, the click of his pen and the faint aroma of coffee in the office, which taught him to verify every detail meticulously. He laid out the camera footage on the desk, reviewing angles, shadows, and reflections from multiple points. His eyes traced movements, comparing timestamps: 7:50 a.m., 7:52 a.m., 7:55 a.m. He calculated distances: 29 feet from side window, 32 feet to safe, 45 feet to main entrance. He considered Emma Harper's path, analyzing previous withdrawals, $2,500, $3,700, $5,200, totaling $11,400. His pulse steadied as he noted ledger entries matching observed movements. The faint hum of the air conditioner mixed with distant traffic. He adjusted camera angles, verifying reflections and glare from the windows. He reviewed the vault footage again, confirming the metallic glint of the ledger edge. Internal analysis indicated further documentation was needed before action. He placed a secure envelope on the desk, containing timestamps, photos, and exact amounts. He typed an email to his attorney, summarizing transfers for $1,300, $3,100, $2,500, specifying 6-week pattern and total $18,800. He checked metadata on the images, confirming exact times, 7:50 a.m., 7:52 a.m., 7:55 a.m. He plotted final steps, noting potential paths Emma could take. Then he heard the voice of Emma through the phone speaker, recorded earlier. I handled $4,300 at 7:50 a.m. Another $3,100. Scheduled for Tuesday. $2,500 last week. All transactions documented. Nobody suspects. Ledger shows $18,800 total. He replayed each line, ensuring clarity and timestamp verification. Alex compared past recordings, aligning each figure with previous months. March $3,700, April $5,200, May $2,500. Ambient noise included distant printer whir, faint HVAC hum, and traffic. He adjusted tripod. Camera focused on ledger for final clarity. Internal calculations confirmed alignment with previously observed patterns. He reviewed annotations. 27 feet to safe, 31 feet to side desk, 45 feet to main doorway. He noticed a faint smell of coffee and toner mixing with faint breeze from open window. He analyzed reflections and shadows carefully, confirming visibility of ledger edge from all angles. The office clock read 9:15 a.m., marking a sequence of events aligned with timestamps. He verified camera storage capacity, 16 gigabytes, sufficient for final high-resolution capture. Shadows shifted as light fell across the desk. He recalled 2016, evening with colleague Rachel Turner, the smell of ink, her advice to check all discrepancies twice. That reinforced methodical verification now. He typed notes summarizing sequence, timestamps, cumulative amounts, and distances. He double-checked calculations, $18,800 total documented. Then he opened an envelope containing legal forms, verification sheets, and evidence log. He examined each document, checked numbers, times, and amounts for $1,300, $3,100, $2,500. His internal monologue confirmed everything aligned perfectly. He reviewed angles one last time, confirming line of sight for all relevant movements. The faint hum of overhead lights and distant city sounds blended into background. Shadows from the blinds indicated full ledger exposure. Internal reasoning confirmed next step, final irreversible action. He picked up the signed authorization for attorney submission. The pen felt heavy in his hand. He looked over all documents, camera footage, and timestamps. He pressed the seal on the envelope, knowing it could not be reopened or altered. He slid it into the courier bag, checking distances from door to street, 35 feet. Internal analysis verified sequence and evidence integrity. His pulse measured 106 beats per minute. He took a deep breath. Then, with deliberate motion, Alex stepped forward, placed the envelope on the desk, and pressed the secure submit button, committing all evidence to the attorney and legal system. The action was irreversible, locking in $18,800 of documented unauthorized transfers and initiating formal investigation. Alex walked into the office lobby at 9:45 a.m., the polished marble floor cool beneath his shoes. The faint scent of cleaning solution and printer toner mixed in the air. Fluorescent lights hummed overhead, flickering slightly. He remembered 2017, evening with colleague Marcus Lynn, the smell of paper and ink, the soft tap of his pen on the desk. That memory reminded him to verify every piece of evidence carefully. He set his laptop on the reception desk, reviewing captured footage and timestamps. His eyes scanned every reflection, shadow, and angle, confirming distances: 27 feet to safe, 32 feet to side desk, 45 feet to main entrance. Ambient sounds included distant traffic, muffled voices, and air vent hum. He analyzed the footage, noting prior withdrawals: $2,500, $3,700, $5,200, and recent $4,300. Shadows in the office shifted subtly, confirming motion sequences. He adjusted camera angles, ensuring all movements were captured. Internal reasoning told him Emma Harper's pattern was consistent, predictable, and fully documented. He compared ledger entries, confirming exact amounts with timestamps: 7:50 a.m., 7:52 a.m., 7:55 a.m. He considered angles of light and glare from windows, adjusting the tripod to maintain clear line of sight. He reviewed floor reflections and metallic edges on the ledger, ensuring full visibility. Internal calculations confirmed distances: 29 feet to side door, 31 feet to desk drawer. He analyzed potential escape routes, confirming no immediate interference. He recalled 2016 afternoon with mentor Rachel Turner, the faint scent of coffee and ink in her office, her advice emphasizing precision in record-keeping. That reinforced his methodical focus now. He reviewed cumulative totals: $18,800 over 6 weeks, aligning perfectly with captured footage. He noted ventilation hum, distant elevator chime, and faint creaks from floorboards on video. Shadows shifted as he examined ledger edge, confirming exposure. Internal assessment indicated complete coverage for every movement. He sipped coffee, its heat and bitterness keeping attention sharp. He scanned reflections on glass surfaces, ensuring nothing was obscured. Ambient temperature 61 degrees, light glare moderate, wind from 4 miles per hour. Internal monologue analyzed every prior step, confirming alignment with legal evidence standards. He noted mailbox flag, indicating recent delivery, providing precise timing context. He observed slight movement on side table, confirming ledger and documents untouched. He reviewed annotations for exact figures: $4,300, $3,100, $2,500. Shadows and reflections confirmed path from desk to safe: 27 feet. He adjusted tripod, verifying lens focus and angle. Internal reasoning confirmed total exposure of documents. He analyzed potential sequence if Emma returned: 32 feet to desk, 45 feet to main door. He reviewed prior patterns, confirming cumulative total and consistent timing. Ambient sounds: faint coffee grinder, distant traffic hum, soft office chatter. He aligned all angles and shadows, confirming each entry accurately captured. Internal calculations verified timestamps: 7:50 a.m., 7:52 a.m., 7:55 a.m., latest $4,300 transaction included. He confirmed ledger alignment, shadows, reflections, and motion path. Then he looked at the folder on the reception desk containing compiled evidence. He reviewed all documentation: camera footage, timestamps, amounts, and ledger alignment. Internal thought: sequence and evidence now irreversible, fully corroborated. He checked distances one last time: 27 feet to safe, 32 feet to desk, 45 feet to main entry. He adjusted camera and laptop angle for maximum clarity. Ambient light highlighted metallic glint on ledger edge. He sipped coffee, focusing attention, mind calculating final steps. He confirmed total cumulative amount: $18,800, documented and ready for legal action. Shadows shifted slightly as sunlight moved across the floor. Internal calculation: pattern verified, sequence complete. Then he realized the security footage showed additional files, previously unnoticed, totaling $6,200, extending cumulative total to $25,000. His heart raced, mind racing through implications. He understood the full scope of the deception. Emma Harper had manipulated multiple layers and dates. Internal analysis concluded the entire financial timeline had been misrepresented. Shadows and reflections aligned with motion and footage. He reviewed ledger, timestamps, and camera angles, noting every minute detail. Internal reasoning confirmed every transaction, now fully documented. He realized this single discovery changed the entire perspective of prior incidents. He adjusted laptop, reviewing all anomalies, confirming authenticity. He understood the deception reached deeper than expected, patterns fully extended. He saw all movements, times, and amounts corroborated. Shadows, reflections, and distances confirmed alignment with previous calculations. Internal thought. Everything previously assumed about the sequence was incomplete. Then he stepped back, breath steady, realizing cumulative total $25,000 revealed, and Emma's manipulation spanned beyond initial ledger entries. He understood the scope had changed, requiring complete reassessment. Shadows, ambient light, and reflections confirmed full exposure. He reviewed each timestamp, angle, and distance again. Internal monologue calculated potential legal ramifications. He realized every prior analysis needed update. Then, finally, he sat back, absorbing that the ledger contained additional $6,200 of misappropriated funds, total $25,000, changing entire context of the investigation. Alex walked into the sunlit library at 10:10 a.m., the scent of aged books and polished oak filling the air. The gentle hum of the air vents mixed with faint murmurs of other patrons. He recalled 2014, meeting with mentor Marcus Lynn, the smell of toner and paper in the office, his precise notes marking each discrepancy. That memory reminded him to reflect carefully on the current situation. He settled at a corner table, reviewing the compiled evidence, timestamps, camera footage, and ledger entries. Ambient light fell across the desk, highlighting the metallic glint of the pen he used to annotate amounts. He noted total withdrawals: $2,500, $3,700, $5,200, cumulative $11,400, plus $4,300 and $6,200 from recent events, totaling $25,000. His pulse steadied as he analyzed patterns, confirming every movement of Emma Harper aligned with recorded transactions. He sipped black coffee, warm, slightly bitter, keeping attention sharp. Shadows shifted as sunlight passed through high windows, reflecting off spines of leather-bound books. Internal reasoning told him the sequence of unauthorized transfers spanned weeks, carefully planned and executed. He considered distances: 27 feet to safe, 32 feet to side desk, 45 feet to main entrance, confirming prior calculations. He reviewed video angles, noting reflections and shadows revealing ledger edges. Ambient sounds included faint traffic, distant whispers, and ventilation hum. Internal assessment confirmed all evidence captured accurately, sequence fully documented. He compared timestamps: 7:50 a.m., 7:52 a.m., 7:55 a.m., and latest 7:50 a.m. transaction of $4,300. He analyzed potential legal presentation, ensuring clarity and corroboration. Shadows shifted slightly, confirming ledger exposure from multiple angles. He sipped more coffee, steadying focus, analyzing patterns and cumulative totals. Internal thought. The entire deception was now fully understood. He reviewed annotations, checked numbers, amounts, and timing. He aligned motion, reflection, and shadow data with financial totals. Internal calculation confirmed total $25,000 manipulated, sequence validated. He recalled 2016, evening with colleague Rachel Turner, faint smell of ink and paper, her voice emphasizing accuracy, reinforcing present meticulous review. He verified distances for line of sight: 27 feet to safe, 31 feet to desk, 45 feet to main door. Ambient temperature 62 degrees, faint breeze through open window. He scanned ledger, confirming metallic edge and alignment with timestamps. Shadows indicated prior movement and exposure. Internal analysis concluded all data correctly captured, sequence verified. He reviewed totals one last time: $2,500, $3,700, $5,200, $4,300, $6,200, confirming cumulative $25,000. He noted ambient light, reflections, and shadows across desk and floor. Internal monologue processed implications of full discovery. He reviewed all footage and annotations, ensuring accuracy and alignment. With Ledger, he analyzed movement patterns and time intervals, 7:50 a.m., 7:52 a.m., 7:55 a.m., 7:50 a.m. again for recent transaction. Internal assessment confirmed patterns consistent with prior 6-week activity. He sipped coffee, tasted bitterness, aroma grounding focus. He considered legal presentation, ensuring evidence sequence precise. Shadows and reflections confirmed full ledger exposure. Internal reasoning concluded sequence completely mapped, cumulative total fully documented. He checked camera angles and footage storage, 16 gigabytes, sufficient for all high-resolution captures. He reviewed notes, distances, times, and amounts, $25,000 total, verified. Internal thought, the context of all prior incidents now fully clear, scope and scale completely understood. Shadows shifted with changing sunlight, reflections highlighting ledger and annotations. He adjusted seating, reviewing final calculations and footage. Ambient library noises quiet, ventilation humming softly. He reviewed motion sequences. Desk to safe, 27 feet. Side desk, 31 feet. Main entry, 45 feet. Internal analysis verified every transaction and movement. He noted timestamps, confirming precise alignment. Internal reasoning confirmed total $25,000 manipulated across all entries. He sipped coffee, steady, reflecting on implications. Internal assessment concluded all prior assumptions adjusted. He examined ledger, confirming every entry consistent with captured footage. Shadows and reflections aligned with prior calculations. He reviewed annotations, distances, and amounts one final time. He realized cumulative sequence now completely mapped and corroborated with evidence. Internal thought, deception fully understood, all patterns clear. Then he looked up at sunlight filtering through tall windows, illuminating the library. Internal reflection settled. Every calculated movement, distance, and amount demonstrated clarity, control, and comprehension. He said quietly to himself, all the numbers align, and I understand exactly how it happened. Shadows and ambient light confirmed complete documentation. Internal realization, the meticulous observation, timestamps, and amounts collectively revealed the entire truth. He leaned back, breathing slowly, noting total $25,000 documented, distances and times verified, sequences aligned. He reflected on months of careful surveillance, calculation, and observation. Internal thought, the full pattern of betrayal is now completely visible. He realized Emma Harper's manipulation spanned entire 6-week period, fully corroborated. Shadows, light, and reflections confirmed everything precisely. He sipped coffee again, warm, aromatic, grounding thought. Internal reflection concluded the events showed deliberate intent and pattern. He reviewed ledger one final time, annotations, timestamps, and camera angles. Internal monologue, every figure, $2,500, $3,700, $5,200, $4,300, $6,200, precisely aligned. Then he understood the universal truth. Deception is rarely random. Timing always matters, and careful observation reveals every hidden action.